Hello, it's Elena Strombo from SodaTutorials.com. Elena is my in-game name, and today I'm going to be working on arrows. I am getting low on arrows. I'm an archer, and it used to be when I first started out the game, I'd have like 100, 200 arrows, and I'd be out hunting and doing my merry way, and that quickly grew up. Now I usually go out with about 1,200, 1,500 arrows, and I burned through them pretty good. At one point here I had I think somewhere around 35,000 arrows, and I think I'm down to something pretty low here. I store them in my bank so I can get them from inside the house here or from out in the town, and I'm down to 2,700. So yeah, I've blown through a lot of them. So you can go to the vendor, the combat merchant in town of Baylunier. It's there by the crafting pavilion, or typically any of the POTs or any of the other NPC towns, and you can buy them. Looking right, they now sell them 24 for 2 gold pieces or 144 for 12. You can buy them a little bit bulk. If I were to buy 20,000 arrows right now, it would cost me 1,600, just over 1,600, 1,700 gold pieces to do. So sometimes I do it just because I'm lazy and I've got enough loot and probably enough money to go out there and do it, and then some days I don't. Some days I just want to make them myself. So today I'm actually going to be showing you how to make those. The primary things you need wooden boards, which are going to make up the shaft. You're going to need bundles of feathers, which you're going to make for the feathers, the tail on it. And you're going to need ingots to make the arrowheads themselves. So I've already gone ahead and crafted 40 iron ingots, and I've got 40 boards that I'm going to use in the recipe. The first thing I need to do is actually take those iron ingots, which I have over here. I'll get some of them out. And take 40 of those ingots. Leave one left there. And I need to make arrowheads. So I have an arrowhead mold, my ingot. I don't think I need coal. Maybe I'll take some over just in case. And head on over to my smithing table. Make sure I've got my stats on my smithing table up. Yeah, I'm getting close to 92. I'll start working on blacksmithing as far as getting that to GM, but it's getting up there. So let's look. Arrowheads. I don't need the ingots. I just need one metal ingot and the mold and my smithing hammer. So we can bake them in batches of 20. So I'll have to do 2 batches of 20 here. 20. Craft them. So yeah, they're pretty inexpensive to make. I don't know if you actually calculate the cost of it by how much the resources cost. You calculate how much iron ore costs to make an iron ingot and how much wood costs to make timber and then into a board. I don't think it's worth it, but to be honest, as a gatherer, I'm out there gathering iron ore. I'm out there gathering wood all the time, so it's something I have lots of. For me, making it for myself, it's free. If you're planning on selling it, it's a tough thing to sell because you're going to have to sell it lower than what the actual what the vendor sell it for. So they sell it for, I think it comes down to 12 arrows for 1 gold piece. You're going to have to sell it lower than that to make it worth people's while. The other part of it is you're using resources like iron and wood. Those are just worth more to sell on their own. People will pay more for you just for those 2 items on their own than they will, just for an arrowhead. So it's kind of a tough thing to sell. So I typically don't list them out there. In fact, I can't recall ever listing them out there. I literally make them in bulk for me as an archer. So if this is something, or if you have some people in the guild, you want to, make some arrows for, then, that's basically it. Cover your costs and be done with it. But I didn't realize at first, when the first time I made arrows, is that 1 iron ingot and 1 board will generate 500 arrows. I didn't think it'd be that much. So first I had thought no way it was going to be worth making all that. But yeah, I found out it actually does make it worthwhile just from the amount of arrowheads out of how many arrows you get from a single arrowhead bundle of feathers and 1 board. So I don't know how that works. I'm at the table. I'm with an iron ingot. I have an arrowhead mold. I make 1 arrowhead. Yet when I take that 1 arrowhead and 5 feathers, bundles of feathers and 1 board, I somehow magically make 500 arrows. I haven't figured out the math there. I'm just assuming it's magic in the game. It's just one of those things that you think about it through, it just doesn't make sense, the resulting quantity. So let's see. I think it probably gets along the line of if they did anything lower, people just wouldn't craft them. It's just not a worthwhile craftable at all. I've failed a couple times here with 95% chance. How funny. How many times I failed? It looks like I failed twice because I still have 22 ingots left. So whip that up again. Put another 20. And get those done. This is why I actually made the ingots and I took the wood, made timber, then made boards. It just takes so long, and all you do is watching this craft. So I figured showing one component of it is well enough. Showing the actual, then we'll go over to the carpentry table and actually do the arrows themselves. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, shout out! Yesterday, one of my videos popped because Darium and followers had he sent his army, Darian's army, over to that video, and yeah, I was completely overwhelmed. So if anybody in here from Darian's army, thank you. Special treat on there. Actually have him sitting by here. Meowth says hello to you guys. So thank you very much for the pop on the video and the internet love yesterday. I did tell Darian actually I'm a big fan of Pokemon, and so is my daughter. So lots of different things that we have over here. Don't actually get to play the real card actually game, just time wise, just don't get to do it. Do play it online, do play it with with my daughter, just playing back and forth. But I have I played the game when it first came out. I was really excited. I was into Magic Gathering for a bit. Pokemon came out, a couple of friends of ours, we played for a bit and really loved the game. It's just a fun game to play, and it's just a great time to spend with it. So yeah, so hats off to all you Pokemon fans that are watching this. So I'm with you on that one. So thank you again. All right, so where we're at? We are at 13 of 20. I don't know if I failed any more. I'll have to make a couple of extra ones here. And depending on how many have failed, I've got 7. Yeah, probably 2 or 3 extra ones. Oh, that conversely also, if you're going to like player-owned vendors and they're selling arrows for how much, I said you want to use a figure of 12 arrows on average should cost you at most 1 gold piece. 12 arrows, 1 gold piece. So if they're selling a bunch of arrows and they have it less than that, well, that's less than what you can buy it from the vendors, the normal vendors or the merchants. So that's a good deal. But it's really hard. Sometimes I've got 500 arrows and whatever the price is, trying to calculate it. It's 12 to 1. So whatever the price is divided by 12, and if it's less than 1, then that's a pretty good price. So how many ingots, or how many? I've got 2 ingots left, so I need to make 2 more of these, and that means I have a square 40 arrowheads. Arrowheads. 39, 40. All right, so let me put this coal back in the chest because it's heavy. I'm kind of super organized with my chests above everyone in the crafting station. So I've got, don't need my mold anymore. So I've got arrowheads, 40 of them. Now I need to get some feathers. Now it takes 5 feathers per 5 feathers per recipe for the recipe. So I need 200 feathers, bundles of feathers, which I've got in here. So I'm going to take my, I've got 735. I don't buy those. If I see a chicken, I kill it. Get some eggs for cooking. Get the chicken meat for cooking, and then get the feathers off it for, well, this time I'm going to make arrows. So I got 200 arrows, 40 arrowheads. I need 40 maple boards. This should allow me to do 40 recipe runs. Okay, I think I've got that right. So let's pop on the crafting table, or carpentry, and let's search for arrow. 1 wooden board, 1 arrowhead, 5 feathers, and a hammer. That's it. So this is it. So let me craft one of them. So this is what I was talking about. 1 arrowhead, some feathers, and a board, and it's going to produce 500 arrows. Magic how that happens. Regardless, so that's a good amount of arrows there. So let me spin up the recipe again. I'll do 20 more, and then I'll have 19 to do after that. It's amazing I have 95% chance. I actually GM carpentry, so the fact that I still have a 5% chance to fail on it, I wonder what it's going to be. Sometimes it'll burn through some of the fuels, it says. if you fail. So I don't know if it burns through the feathers or whatnot. But 40 of these at 500, that should get me to 20,000 arrows. Gets me back to a respectable number. As I said, usually once a night I go out adventuring. I burn through probably about 1,500 arrows in the evening, so it goes fairly quick. So I have to do this probably at least once a month, either buy arrows or go through and craft them out here. But as I said, I think the overall thing of being able just to craft a thing in the game is it's just cool to be able to do that. Feels like you said you're out there using your stuff. If I look at is that a fail? Yes, it was a fail. If you look at this, like well, that's my character, what she's wearing, which I did not craft. I think things like my augmented chainmail, these were all crafted by me. Cloth armor was crafted by someone else, which I took in advance. So the bronze chain I made myself. I think my bow, that was crafted by Runehand. Yes, I took a +1 bundle he made and made that one up. I don't think I made any other ones that are on here. So my armor, some of my other bows, and then arrows and stuff. It's kind of nice having stuff that I don't know. It just feels good. You made your own stuff and you're surviving in the game with it. So, all right. So we are at 17 of 20. It's funny watching her craft, and she's got her shiny shoes on, and not your typical blacksmith carpentry type of getup. Maybe I should. Yeah, that's what I do. Actually, I'll create a carpentry my workshop outfit. They're better than the fairy wings and all that. That's more of my just going around the town and doing stuff and showing off. So maybe I'll create to craft together an outfit for workshop. I used to like that. If you're an Ultimate Online fan, it used to be one of the great parts of an outfit. You could wear a skirt, kilt, and you could wear the apron, which you could dye black, and it looks like it was kind of a dress, but it was actually an apron on it. So you actually had your character actually looked kind of styling running around there. People would use it as normal clothes. I wish they had something like that for here, but they don't. They're just starting to get into robes. Cloaks have been in the game. The first robes that are coming from the Kabbalists, dudes in the Forest Siege and all that, you find those. Those are big, heavy, shrouded robes. So right now, those are probably the only two over pieces they had outside of dresses. And but yeah, apron would be good. Something to work belt or something under that shows you're crafting away. How are we doing here? I'm up to 13,000 arrows. So yeah, not that bad a time. Overall, to make 20,000 arrows from beginning, you have iron or you have wood to craft it through. It takes probably about 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes to get to 20,000. So, plus you're getting some skill if you are trying to raising your blacksmith skill, your carpentry skill. If you're working on your smelting and your milling, then you're going to get raises on that as well. So that always helps. Also, they haven't introduced, I don't know if they will, I'm hoping they will, an arrow is an arrow. So whether you make it with maple or pine, my recommendation is make it with whatever wood you have tons of. Generally that seems to be maple. You seem to find more maple out there than pine. At least that's what I found, so I typically make things out of maple. I just don't use pine for it. I used to say pine for other things, bows and whatnot. Don't do anything fancy with your arrowheads. Just use iron. Unless for some reason you have like a crazy stock of copper that you need to get rid of, but I typically wouldn't. I failed twice there. Alright, got a couple more. Again. Let's get this out here. How many do I have left? 4. Three left. 2 left. And that is it. So I'm going to take all that clothes out of here, and you see, all my resources are gone over here, and I am down to, I now have 20,000 arrows. Word about storage. As you can tell, it's, how much does that weigh? 1,000 in weight. So I'm extremely overloaded. So I'm going to pop over here. This is the remote bank access device. This ties to your bank in the town. I typically will put these in here. And one, if I need to get them from the house, I have a bank device here. I can get them and I can head out. Two, if I'm in the town where the people are, and that happens more often than not, I can just go to the bank out there and I have access to the same things. I've gotten so lazy at this point, or not wanting to have to switch scenes where I'm going to come out of my basement and go up to the house and to the city proper, that I've even put a bank access device up on the first floor. So I don't have to go to the basement to go get it. Just kind of defeated it. I've had you have to buy those in the add-on stores, and yes, they're $30. I've had some store credits and stuff I've used on one of them at least, but the other two actually did buy outright. I've got one in the basement here in this house. I've got one on the first floor, and then I've got one in the other house that's in Owl's Head. So it just makes you don't have to run over to the bank every time. For me, it's not far, but it's definitely not close. It's annoying enough. It's annoying enough that I have to go to the bank and buy, I have to go by the bank area to get fuels like creosote and coal and whatnot. So I'll go there and buy tons of stuff. I'm completely overloaded. I'll drop it into the bank here and then normally walk over my house and be able to access it from my basement directly. I just find it very useful from a carpentry standpoint. And here's the other one that's actually in here. So, so when you have to go to the store to buy all those things, whether it's molds, you need regs, you need coal, wax, that's always a big one, creosote, tanning, you have curing salts, all this stuff. You buy big bunches of it, and it's just takes you forever to walk. I actually have to walk back from, let's see if we can get over there, the docks over there, the red boats in the distance. It just takes a while, so I drop them off at the bank there, then I just walk home and then I can access them either here at this device or here at the one in the basement. So that was it. I just wanted to walk through making your own arrows, making a big quantity of them. I said if you get up in your archery, you're going to burn through arrows. So you need to either be able to buy them or to make them efficiently, and that's how you do it. If you have questions or comments, please throw them on the video. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you like or dislike the content. If you dislike it, please leave me a comment. Tell me why. Hope to make it a little bit better and spend some time. Once again, special thanks to Darium and his army. If you've traveled over to this video now, and I no longer have to ask for subscribers. I do have my custom URL. It is youtube.com/c/Elena Strongbow. I don't know if the capital E and the capital S on the name actually makes a difference or not, but it's there. So thank you. I was happy to get that. So I will not ask for that again and let things just go as things take their natural course. All right. Take care. Have a good day.